Good morning. My name is Patrick Burke, and I'm proud to be principal at South Burlington High School. RETN Channel 16 is present here today, streaming our graduation live, and DVDs will be available for purchase. All parents will be notified of how to get a copy of these DVDs. Also, Beltrami Studios is here photographing the event, so please take care to not block aisles or others' views as you try to take photographs. There will be available professional photographs. And at this time, I would ask the audience to rise and greet the class of 2014 and remain standing for the national anthem. And now, Ms. Toner, would you please begin pomp and circumstance?
Broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the
Good morning. On behalf of your elected school board representatives, Julie Beatty, Diane Bugby, Dan Fleming, Martin Lalonde, and myself, we welcome you to the South Burlington High School Class of 2014 graduation ceremony. We recognize that behind each of our graduates is a village of loving parents and guardians, supportive friends and family, encouraging teachers, coaches, administrators, support staff who in many small ways and in some very big ways brought each of our graduates here today. We've had the pleasure of working with senior Sabina Letotovich as one of our student representatives on the board for the past 2 years. I asked Sabina to reflect on just a few of those special people here at SB who have been instrumental in her journey. In her words, "When I moved to SB in the 2nd grade, Ms. Bewley made sure to help me integrate into the class community, and her efforts allowed me to make friends and form relationships that later enabled me to do well. In the 3rd grade, my teacher, Mrs. Simpson, spent extra time with me on math, which greatly improved my skills and allowed me to take more advanced math classes later on. At Tuttle, Miss Olivetti was there for me as well, from dealing with basic middle school drama to her peer leadership group in 8th grade. Even after middle school, I continued to stay in contact with her for activities like the Big Buddy program. I've managed to keep up with quite a few teachers and staff members from elementary and middle school, which I feel underscores just how close the SB community is. From my former bus driver, Bill, who worked at the high school a bit before retiring, to one of my math teachers, Mr. Radimer, who I TA'd for. Tim Weil, my guidance counselor at the high school, has supported me immensely for years. He's been there through schedule conflicts and general complaints and has always been compassionate and encouraging. The whole guidance department really is incredible. The entire staff is always there for students, from Peg and Gail to all the counselors. I could also talk about Mr. Maley and how much his classes have shaped my plans for the future and how much his passion and love of his subjects have influenced me in choosing what I may want to pursue as I continue my education. I probably wouldn't have signed up for U.S. government with Mr. Maley if it hadn't been for Mr. Lewis, my U.S. history teacher, who made me realize I actually enjoyed social studies and wanted to explore more subjects within the department. And I probably wouldn't have signed up to take Honors American Studies, which Mr. Lewis teaches, if it hadn't been for Mr. Samara and Mr. Lorenz my freshman year. At the time, none of these things seemed like a big deal. But looking back on my time at Chamberlain, Tuttle, and the high school, I can connect the dots and see how these events changed and affected me in very positive ways. Honestly, I don't think there's one teacher or staff member that I've had in my 10 years in the South Burlington school system who hasn't shaped me in some way. I feel this is a testament to just how wonderful and successful our system truly is. When I look back on my time here, all I feel is gratitude and happiness, and I owe that to everybody within the school district who's made that possible. This is only a small representation of the village who stands behind Sabina as she prepares to walk the stage today. Our sincere thanks to her for her service on the board, and to the entire village who are celebrating all our seniors and their achievements here today. Our district ends policy reads, students will successfully complete their education from the South Burlington School District, ready for their next step. From where I stand, you all look ready to me. We're proud to honor each of you. Congratulations.
Good morning, students, teachers, friends, and family members. I'd like to welcome all of you here today. First and foremost, congratulations. It's taken approximately 4 years for us to get here, and every senior here deserves to be sitting in this audience. We've made it through piles of homework, more late nights than could be considered remotely healthy, and way too many standardized tests. The past 4 years haven't necessarily been easy. It's taken a lot of time, effort, commitment, and diligence to get here. And we didn't do it alone. From teachers who have spent hours both in and outside of class helping us, to parents and guardians who have had to deal with meltdowns and last-minute emergencies, to the guidance department and their unyielding assistance in developing our plans for the future, we've been surrounded by a positive and encouraging environment in our SBHS community. As Mr. Phillips mentioned a few weeks ago, Today is only kind of about us, the seniors. Much of today is also for everyone else, the people I just mentioned who have supported you and shaped you into the person you have been, you are, and you will be. So on behalf of the class of 2014, I'd like to extend a massive thank you to everybody who has been there for us, all of you sitting in the audience, as well as all of the people who were unable to make it. We couldn't have done it without you. SBHS's motto is building a proud tradition, and I'd say that the class of 2014 has contributed immensely towards that goal. I have no doubt that you've all worked hard. I've watched our class log thousands of hours of community service, raise great sums of money for charity, and devote as much of ourselves as we could to improve not only our community, but our world. More importantly, we did it together. We proved this when we dedicated our homecoming float to the Veterans Memorial back in October. We demonstrated it when we traveled all over the world, from France, Spain, Germany, and Japan with TIE, to Nicaragua for Big Picture service trip, where we formed connections and lasting relationships with people thousands of miles away, spreading SBHS's proud tradition everywhere. And we continue to show it today, right now, as we join together as a class one last time. I'm confident that our time at SBHS and our role in its community has prepared us well for the future. And I'm certain that even better things lie ahead for every graduating senior here today. Thank you again to everyone in the audience for joining us. And above all, congratulations to the class of 2014. Now I would like to introduce Joel Williams, who will be speaking on one senior's journey.
Freshman year, as I sat at my sister's graduation ceremony at BHS, I remember seeing the one who they had chosen to read. Who this person was and the message that they had was completely the opposite of every single thing I had in my mind. He talked about how everyone has flaws and nobody should try to fix them. You should own up to who you are. It's our flaws that make us, not our perfection. When he had finished speaking, I don't think there was a single person in that entire gym who wasn't standing, clapping, with tears or smile, or both on their face. It is one of the most powerful things I've ever witnessed in person. But you're not here to listen to me preach about a BHS graduation, so let's just add an S to BHS and be done with it. Just kidding. On a serious note, he had a point. I'm just as imperfect as the guy or girl next to me, and the same applies for every single person here today, except for maybe Mr. Stone. It's that idea, though, that seems to fill the halls at South Burlington High School. The knowledge that we are not all perfect. We accept it, we live it, we own it. That is what impresses me. Within the first 2 weeks at Tuttle Middle School, I had more friends than I had when I left Hunt. I had been in the Burlington school system for 7 years. I feel this really speaks to the quality of the individuals of this community. It doesn't feel like there are any cliques at South Burlington. I feel comfortable to talk to any person I see in the hall, and sometimes I do. There are numerous people I have random conversations with across varying grades. Whenever I see them, I say, "Hey, Sai Guy." It's a greeting of sorts. I feel comfortable being myself in South Burlington. I don't feel shameful when I quote something from SpongeBob, because it seems that I always hear someone else finish the quote from somewhere else in the class. It's this level of comfort that has helped me do better in high school than I had in Burlington, and it also helped me develop myself into who I am today. In 6th and 7th grade, I was a kid who would sit in a corner and keep to himself. "Joel, could you please share your answer?" No, that's okay, you can pick Billy. To come from the 3rd grader that had troubles putting all of his vocab words into sentences, to reciting a speech for hundreds of people I don't even know, I'd say that's a major improvement. That isn't to say I had a flaw before, simply that I was shy and had not yet been in a comfortable enough community to fully express myself. I would like everyone to take a second and close their eyes. Imagine a world where everyone is perfect. If everyone is perfect, How is anybody different from each other? And how are we even supposed to choose whose idealism of perfection we're using? You can see quite quickly that this world cannot exist. Yet, it already does. Your imperfections are the things that make you, you. You are perfect the way you are. Don't let anybody convince you otherwise. If you're more of a creative thinker, I have written a short poem to help you evoke an image. Why do you put on your disguise? Do you need to cover your eyes? Please, come here, over this way. Take off your coat, sit, and stay. So I hear you dumped an old friend. Is it just to match the trend? Are those Nikes on your feet? I hear they can't be beat. But shoes are just shoes. You can wear what you choose. How was school? Did you have a nice day? No, don't go. Please stay. They made fun of you again, didn't they? I don't understand why kids act that way. That's why you have your disguise. That's why you hide your wonderful eyes. It's a simple task. It's all I ask. Be who you are. Don't hide your scar. Let me look at you from my eyes. You're perfect, and don't let anybody tell you otherwise.
Good morning. My name is Adam Weinheimer, and it is an honor to be standing up here today. First, I'd like to thank the administrators, faculty and staff, and family members for joining us this morning to celebrate the graduation of the incredible class of 2014. I can't really express how happy and proud I am to be a part of this class. So much so that I spent a good portion of an entire day staring at a blinking cursor on a blank Word document, trying to figure out what to say to a group of individuals I have known for over a decade. So let me first address that yes, today is Friday the 13th, a day that for some reason our culture fears. But why? Some say the number 13 is irregular, especially since it follows 12, the number of divine organizational arrangement. Others believe that Friday is an unlucky day. Ever since the 14th century's The Canterbury Tales has regarded this day as an unlucky one to undertake journeys or begin new projects. But to the class of 2014, this is not a day to fear or be superstitious. I can't promise that you won't trip up the stairs when your name is finally read to receive your diploma, but I can promise that today is a day you will remember for the rest of your lives. A day of celebration, pride, joy, attention, money. Today, on this Friday the 13th, let's celebrate the relationships we have built within our community. Let's be proud of all we have accomplished. Let's look back upon where we came from with happiness. If there's one thing I've learned while at South Burlington, it is that connections matter. And the best part is, I learned that from all of you, the class of 2014. In our time spent at SBHS, we have established tight-knit connections that will last a lifetime. I've seen a community form within our class. We are a group of seniors who stand by our motto, all for one and one for all, in the classroom, on the sports field, and everywhere in between. I've seen this in my classmates who stand up for others who may not have a voice. My classmates who devote countless hours to tutoring others, and my classmates who give our class musician a standing ovation after her performance, and my classmates who wait for their rebel athlete, still anxiously holding that homemade sign even after everyone has gone home. And the community built around our various class events is unparalleled. Talent night, homecoming, and yes, even senior skip day. I remember pausing and looking around for a minute while on the balcony of Sunset Ballroom for our senior banquet, and seeing how everyone needed a picture with everyone in every class. AP Bio was in the back corner with Mr. Belton, peer leadership near the door, and apes near the balcony. And this didn't stop until our wonderful class advisor, Ms. Schaefer, kindly kicked us out because she wanted to go to bed. That night is simply a memory now, but a memory that reminds me how proud I am to be a member of a class that has such a strong sense of unity. I've seen a community form within our entire school under the powerful leadership and influence of the members of this class. We have united as one in times of trouble and in times of victory. I will never forget the incredible student body responses to the devastations we faced this year. We rallied behind the passing of a student by wearing pink, her favorite color. We held a coin drive for the tragic Washington landslide that took place in Oso this past March. And we aided the flood victims of Bosnia through fundraising efforts. And just as we've come together in times of need, we've also united in times of success. If you need any proof, check out Twitter. #SBProud displays so many of our accomplishments, from sports titles to Scholars Bowl wins to community involvement with PACT. And I'll admit, a big part of this is because we have a famous principal on Twitter with over 1,000 followers. And I don't think I'm the only one waiting for Burke to get that blue check next to his name. On top of this, we have Rebel Nation, our massive fan base for our highly successful sports teams. We've blacked out the stands, held whiteouts, pinkouts, all to support those on the field, court, and ice. We've doodled, we've believed we'll win, and we have even warmed up the bus for the visiting team. No matter what color we were wearing or what we were chanting, we demonstrated spirit as a class and as a school, fueling great successes for SBHS. Today, we graduate. Soon, you will receive your diploma, and we will get Basundra up here to lead you in moving your tassel from one side of your cap to the other. And that's it. You will have graduated high school. You will go on to college, or you will spend time in a foreign country, or you will serve our nation. Wherever you may end up, remember that the connections, support, and love found in a community are what will take you far in life. A community will help guide you when you are lost. It will pick you up when you are down and strengthen you when you are weak. Because at the end of the day, human connections are what matter the most. More than that A you got on your last calc test or the prestigious college you got rejected from. If there's something we should be #SBProud about as we graduate and move on to our future endeavors, it is this. Every day, we are surrounded by a community that will be there for us, that loves us. Whether it's amongst our incredible class that has been home for the last 4 years, or the Vermont town we grew up in, a sense of community is there, and it will always be there for you as you go out into the world. To the class of 2014, congratulations. Thank you for showing me the importance of community. And remember, stay classy.
Those lives were mine to love and cherish, to guide and guide along life's way. Oh, God forbid that one should perish, that one, alas, should go astray. Back in the years with all together, around the place we'd romp and play. So lonely now, I often wonder, oh, will they come back home someday? I'm lonesome for my precious children. They live so far away. Oh, may they hear my calling and come back home someday. I gave my all for my dear children, their problems still with love I share. I brave life's storms, defy the tempest, to bring them home from anywhere. I lived my life, my love I gave them, to guide them through great glad hereafter life. I'm lonesome for my precious children. They live so far away. Oh, may they hear my calling, and come back home someday. I'm lonesome for my precious children. They live so far away. Oh, may they hear my calling, and come back home someday.
Good morning. My name is Sierra Cooper, and I've been given the honor of introducing the faculty speaker. Being chosen for the commencement speech by the senior class is a great honor. Students have described this teacher as the kind you just have to have before graduating. His style is highly admired by students. While talking to him one day, I asked him to express the things that he liked most about SB over the past 15 years that he has been here. He told me that he loves the mutual respect that exists between the faculty and the students. He says that students are willing to learn, and the educators are the best in the area. If you haven't already guessed, our speaker is the legendary Mr. Joe Maley. Now, yes. Now I'm going to share with you some interesting things that you may not know about him. His father, Don, was the very first head of the Social Studies Department at SBHS in 1961. So you know that means that Mr. Maley has the exact same job his dad did. He has been teaching for a total of 41 years, and this will be his 4th graduation as a faculty speaker. Not only does he coach the girls' golf team, but he has a professional golfer as an uncle. He has 4 fully grown daughters, and somehow he and his wife have remained completely sane throughout the years. Another shocking fact is that he does not own a cell phone. So OMG, BRB, and LOL have no meaning to him whatsoever. His life goal remains to be the last person in America without a cell phone. We wish you the best of luck, Mr. Maley, in achieving this goal. On behalf of all the students sitting here today, we love you, Mr. Maley, and hold so much respect for you. You have impacted our high school experience in the most positive ways, and I know I speak for everyone when I say we are thankful for having you. So will you all please join me in welcoming the 2014 commencement speaker, Mr. Joe Maley.
Good morning. Well, you, the class of 2014, have reached a milestone in your lives. As you look back over the vista of all your accomplishments at South Burlington, it must be in a way bittersweet. You are being drawn back to the wonderful memories that you share, but now is the time to move forward and meet head on the challenges that await you, to make your world a better place, never forgetting to chase your dreams. I can't do this. I can't give this speech. It's the one you've heard so many times before. No, I can't wait any longer. It's time for me to expose South Burlington's dirty little secret. Did you know, you grandparents, parents, siblings, friends, did you know that these South Burlington graduates call their administrators and teachers by their last name? You think it's, "Good morning, Mr. Burke, how are you?" No, it's, Yo, Burke, sup? You think it's, hello, Mr. Maley, you look nice today. No, it's, hey, Maley, looking good. For most of my 41 years of teaching, anything other than Mr. Maley would get you sent to the principal's office. If I tried that today, here's the conversation that would ensue. Hey, Burke, what's up with Maley? You know, maybe I'm making too much out of this, but I worry about it. Doesn't a jacket and a tie look better than a T-shirt? There's something in Hey Maley that's not Mr. Maley. I'm confused. It's not like I didn't. I got it. Yeah.
Is that too high?
It's good.
It's good?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not like I didn't try and move the podium. That's not in the speech there. It's not like I didn't try and stop it. Last year in the first AP Gov class, that girl over there, my mother taught me not to point, it's impolite, but she's right there. She walked in Monday in the first class and said, "Good morning, Mr. Maley." I said, "There, I've got it back." Then on Wednesday at the beginning of class, she chimed in with, "Hey, Maley, you got to quit it with that homework. It took forever." Oh, I was in the middle of class, so I let it go, knowing I should have done otherwise. And then on Friday, to my relief, she strolled in with a, "Good morning, Mr. Maley." Oh, it was a great class, and I was feeling good about my teaching and my relationships with students. And then the bell rang, and as she passed my desk, she shouted out for all to hear, "Hey, Maley, have a good weekend." And I turned to her and began to get her to stop, and I said, "You," but it was too late. Now they were all saying it, and I was caught up in a cacophony of "Hey, Maleys." She was at the door now, smiling and waving, and I had one last chance, and I said, You have a nice weekend, too." And then it was over. From then on, it would be, "Hey, Maley," because it's not 3 strikes and you're out in teaching. No. In teaching and parenting, you only get 2 strikes, because once they've said it or done it twice, it's done. You're not getting it back. So head down, I shuffled to my seat in 105, and it wasn't 5 seconds before a junior male flew into the room and said, "Yo, Maley, you seen Lewis?" I leapt out of my chair and said, "No, I haven't seen Lewis, and I don't know where Samara is. And if I knew where Nabin was, I wouldn't tell you." Then I could tell by his curt 2-word reply that this was the only sympathy that I was going to get from this 17-year-old male when he looked at me and said, "Dude, chill." It wasn't 1 minute when in came a bevy of senior girls. "Hey, Maley, hey, Maley, hey, Maley, hey, Maley, hey, Maley, hey, Maley, hey, Maley. Hey, Maley. Hey, Maley, we're down from Pewaukee Lee, wondering if you knew where the Pewaukee stuff was, Oh, and I suppose that's for Donovan? No. It's for Deirdre. Get out! Get out! It was just a couple of weeks ago when my therapist said to me, "Hey, Maley." Now my therapist is calling me "Hey, Maley." "Hey, Maley, when these students address you with 'Hey, Maley,' do you think they're deliberately trying to be disrespectful?" "Well, no, probably not, but I'm not sure." "Hey, Maley, when these students say 'Hey, Maley,' do you think they're intentionally trying to undermine your authority?" "No, not really, but how can I?" "Hey, Maley, ask them." "Ask them? How can I ask?" "Hey, Maley, at graduation." "Ask them at graduation?" "Hey, Maley, yes." This is really embarrassing now, but you've got to do this for me. This is one of the best classes ever in 41 years. You're in Joe Maley's Hall of Fame. Nothing's going to change that. You got to tell me this "Hey, Maley" thing is okay, but it's just as respectful as the old Mr. Maley, just different. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to count to 3. 1, 2, 3. And if everything is okay with this Hey Maley thing, then you just stand up. And I'll know, and I'll be cured. Come on, it's not like I haven't done anything for you. You know, she's right over there. My mother told me not to point. It's impolite. But remember when you came to my desk all stressed out, your parents were being mean, your boyfriend was a jerk, and you needed extra time to make up your work, and I gave you the weekend, and then you started crying, and then I said you could have all of your freshman year and make it up? If you would just stop crying, please. Look at, there's a bunch of them out there nodding, yeah. What about when I changed the AP Psych book test to open book? You were so relieved. Remember when I changed the Euro test to a debate? Yeah, how much fun was that? And what about the 3,286 college recommendations? Well, it seemed like that many. Okay, here we go. We're going to do this 1, 2, 3, stand. Ready? Okay. You ready? Just got to do this one thing for me. All right. 1, 2. I can't do this. No, this is so embarrassing. I'm so sorry I got you all involved in my personal issues. I'm just going to go back to this. I'm going to go back to this first speech and finish that up and call it a day. Really, it's very powerful. I know it won't always be sun and blue skies for you, but when those dark clouds of adversity and despair roll in, just remember this: to thine own self be true. Oh, that speech really sucks. Now, if my mother was here, she'd wash my mouth out with soap. That used to be a swear word. The only reason I said it is because I knew they would laugh. They say, hey, Maley, and they laugh at swear words. It's just a different generation. They act differently. They think differently. They talk differently. Wait. That's it. It's just different. This is the best class in the best school where students and teachers inspire each other and learn from each other. And this Hey Maley thing is actually better than the old Mr. Maley for all it represents. I get it now. I'm almost cured. Oh, this is going to be great. I feel like I'm graduating. Hey, we can graduate together. You can be the class that saved Maley. We can make some t-shirts that say, Class of 2014, we saved Maley. Those might even help you remember who your graduation speaker was. It's not likely, but it could happen. All right, I'm really going to do it this time. This is the 1, 2, 3 stand-up thing. Okay, I'll call my therapist and tell her I'm cured. Where's my cell? Oh, I don't own a cell. Anyway, I'm not backing down this time. Just do this one thing for me. All right, you ready? 1, 2, I'm going to close my eyes. 3. Thank you. Thank you. I feel so much more fulfilled, so much better, so much richer. Yeah, I just bet a friend of mine $100 that I could get you all to stand up before the end of my speech. It's a joke. It's a joke. Oh, and I almost forgot about that graduation thing. Hey, congratulations. That's a big deal. Really. Good job. You're the best. Thank you. Good luck.
Does that feel too high? Okay.
Good morning. My name is Christine Lundy. The kids call me Lundy. I am an advisor in Big Picture South Burlington. Big Picture is a school within a school at South Burlington High School, which offers students an alternative path to graduation. Big Picture students take control of their education by creating individualized learning plans, which are based on their interests and passions. While working with advisors, teachers, mentors, and fellow classmates, students navigate their education using proficiency-based graduation requirements. Students learn through internships in the community, independent projects, workshops, travel, and service learning experiences. Big Picture students are asked to pursue their interests in real-world settings, which inspire them to be active members of their communities. I am proud to present the 2014 Big Picture graduates. As I call their names, I would ask that they please rise and face the audience and that applause be held until all are called. Leah Anderson, Sandra Jean Burt, Olivia June DeSalle, Ella Downey, Lexus Forkas, Cecilia Giordano, Brittany Elizabeth LeMay, and Kendra Lundy.
Good morning. Our National Honor Societies consist of students who exhibit exceptional service, leadership, and character, and who meet specified academic criteria. As a member of the South Burlington High School National Honor Society, I am proud to present the class of 2014 members of the National Honor Society and Technical Honor Society. I would ask that they please rise and face the audience and that applause be held till the end. Ahmet I. Akgul, Tina Arani, Matthew R. Bakley, Courtney H. Bannock, Courtney Ann Barrett, James Eric Bain, Ronak J. Bagat, Megan Ann Boucher, Catherine Ann Bridge, Emma Elizabeth Briety, Serena M. Canizero, Christiana Carmichael, Catherine Ann Cook, Sierra Cooper, Sarah Elizabeth Kucher, Michael Richard Dickout, Samantha Rachel Donovan, Sarah Grace Ferry, Shannon Paula Flaherty, Jason Hunter Gaines, Taylor Nicole Gloyd, Eric Robert Goodman, Alexandra Rachel Groen, Matthew Anson Hall, Benjamin Jukes, Travis Flynn Kupiak, Brian Ladd Jr., Elise Helen Langevin, Sabina Ladifovic, Mareka Henley Lumhold, Kendra Lundy, Caroline Grace McCarthy, Madeline Grace McCrae, Connor R. McLenithan, Charlotte Mills, Basundra Mukherjee, Philip Linton Nerber, Ashley J. Norris, Kelly Claire O'Brien, Zachary Piper, Benjamin N. Price, Hunter K. Reilly, Maxwell E. Robbins, Chloe Violet Rogers, Preetpal Saini, Jessica Ann Sauer, Gunther Blanchett Schuler, Maxwell Smith, Talia Solomon, Emily Henderson Sprague, Alyssa Tenney, Prakriti Timsina, Paul Valgoy, Carrie Lynn Vancouvering, Margaret Walsh, Alexandra M. Warshaw, Adam Scott Weinheimer, Chatham Alexandra Wilking, Haley Worgan, Asa D. Worthley, Courtney R. Wright, Connor Young. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the South Burlington High School National Honor Society and National Technical Honor Society members of the class of 2014.
I invite the following students to please rise, turn, and face the audience. Michael Richard Dickout, Travis Flynn Kupiak, Sabina Ladafovich, Mareka Henley Lumholt, Kendra Lundy, Basundra Mukherjee, Jessica Ann Sauer, Alyssa Brooke Tenney, Prakiti Timsina, Alexandra M. Warshaw, Adam Scott Weinheimer, Chatham Alexandra Wilking. Each year, the faculty selects individuals who exemplify both service and leadership in the school and community. The students standing before you have made significant contributions to a variety of activities and causes in the last 4 years. Please join me in thanking these caring individuals for the time and energy they have devoted to service and leadership.
I would ask that Serena Cannicero, Shannon Flaherty, and Matthew Jenkins come forward as we begin presenting departmental awards given annually for excellence in specific academic disciplines. Serena is receiving the Art Department Award. Shannon receives the Art Department Award and the Michael D. Flaherty Memorial Scholarship. And Matthew receives the Art Department Award. Congratulations. Would Adam Weinheimer, Sabina Ladafovich, and Madison Baldwin please come forward? Adam is receiving the Charles Bond Life Science Achievement Award, the South Burlington High School Student Council Scholarship, the Frederick H. Tuttle Memorial Scholarship, and the University of Vermont Green and Gold Scholarship. Sabina is receiving the Esther J. Urey English Award, the Social Studies Award, the Ulrich Lettman World Language Award, a National Merit Corporation Letter of Commendation, and the South Burlington High School Student Council Scholarship. Madison receives the Gary Barber Technology Department Award. Congratulations. Would Tristan Ulson, Chatham Wilking, Jack Church, and Connor Young please come forward? Tristan is receiving the John E. McGee Mathematics Award. Chatham receives the Physical Science Achievement Award and a National Merit Corporation Letter of Commendation. Jack receives the Roger Bedard Technology Award, and Connor receives the Ronald V. Folks Music Award. Congratulations. Would Benjamin Jukes, Prakriti Timsina, and Alyssa Tenney please come forward? Benjamin is receiving the Social Studies Award, the Jerry Nulting Memorial Award, and the University of Vermont Vermont Scholar. Prakriti receives the Thomas G. Irwin Science Award, the North Country Federal Credit Union Scholarship, a Thomas A. Farrell Scholarship, and the University Mall Scholarship. And Alyssa receives the World Language Award, the American Legion Auxiliary Unit Number 91 Scholarship, and the Kiwanis Club of Chittenden County Service Award. Congratulations. Would Daniel Helen, Megan Cleary, Basundra Mukherjee, and Talia Solomon come forward as we begin presenting National Merit Corporation Awards given annually for academic excellence. Daniel receives the National Merit Corporation Certificate of Merit. Megan receives a National Merit Corporation Letter of Commendation. Basundra receives a National Merit Corporation Letter of Commendation, a Rosa Marie Schaefer Memorial Scholarship, and a Douglas H. Brown Memorial Scholarship. And Talia receives the National Merit Corporation Letter of Commendation. Congratulations. South Burlington High School is very unique in having so many families establish scholarships dedicated to former students, staff, and community members. I would ask that Eliana Cohen, Samantha Donovan, Christiana Carmichael, and Travis Kupiec please come forward to receive memorial awards. Eliana receives the Abigail Rush Memorial World Language Scholarship. Samantha receives the Alan B. Cummings Family Scholarship. Christiana receives the Edith Mascott Memorial Scholarship. And Travis receives the Lull Family Key Club Scholarship. Congratulations. Would Courtney Barrett, Devin Capon, and Adam Daniels please come forward? Courtney is receiving the Gary D. Iverson Memorial Scholarship. Devin receives the George Cannon Memorial Scholarship, and Adam also receives a George Cannon Memorial Scholarship. Congratulations. Would Mirinal Asana, Tanner Contois, and Emily Sprague please come forward? Mirinal receives the Jerry Nulting Memorial Scholarship. Tanner receives the James P. Bewley Memorial Scholarship. And Emily is receiving the John Torpy Memorial Scholarship. Congratulations. Would Ryan Morrissey, Mareka Lumholt, and Patrick Hickey please come forward? Ryan receives the Mark A. Evnan Memorial Scholarship. Mareka is receiving the Melissa J. Wells Memorial Scholarship, and Patrick receives the Nicholas Methot Memorial Scholarship. Congratulations. Would Zachary Piper, Courtney Stratton, and Wyatt Shepard please come forward? Zachary receives the Paul A. Toomey Memorial Scholarship. Courtney is receiving the Roderick C. Marcotte Memorial Scholarship and the Other Paper Scholarship. And Wyatt receives the Thomas Senesac Memorial Scholarship. Congratulations. Many community organizations and businesses have annually generously recognized our graduating class with awards and scholarships. Their support has been unflagging and appreciated. Would Courtney Asheline, Sierra Cooper, and Madeline McCrae please come forward? Courtney receives the Goss Dodge Chrysler Scholarship. Sierra receives the Kiwanis Club of Chittenden County Service Award. And Madeline receives the Kiwanis Club of Chittenden County Service Award, University of Vermont Scholar, and the Vermont Red Sox Scholarship. Congratulations. Would Kimberly McKenzie, Lobsang Tenzin, and Matthew Hall please come forward? Kimberly receives the South Burlington High School Lunch Lady Scholarship. Lobsang receives the Northfield Savings Bank Scholarship, and Matthew is being presented with the Pizzagalli Can Do Scholarship. Congratulations. Would Brian Ladd Jr., Michael Dickhout, and Matthew Bakley please come forward? Brian receives the South Burlington Chamberlain School Parent-Teacher Association Scholarship. Michael receives the Frederick H. Tuttle Middle School Parent-Teacher Association Scholarship. And Matthew receives a South Burlington High School Rebel Booster Scholarship. Congratulations. Would Taylor Gloyd, Lauren Yandow, and Courtney Banach please come forward? Taylor receives the South Burlington High School Rebel Booster Scholarship. Lauren receives the South Burlington High School Rebel Booster Scholarship. Courtney Banach receives the South Burlington Orchard School Parent-Teacher Association Scholarship. Would Sarah Bouvier, Paul Valgoy, and Catherine Gainan please come forward? Sarah is receiving the South Burlington Rick Marcotte Central School Parent-Teacher Association Scholarship. Paul receives the South Burlington Rotary Club William W. Stone Scholarship. And Catherine receives the Timothy D. Camoli Scholarship. Congratulations. Would Maxwell Robbins and Alexandra Warshaw please come forward? Both Maxwell and Alexandra are being presented with University of Vermont Scholar Awards. Congratulations. The Joseph E. Girard Memorial Scholarship honors the memory of a devoted father and grandfather of many South Burlington alumni, Dan, Denise, Kevin, Mark, Chantal, and Jonathan. Joseph loved playing music, listening to music, and attending South Burlington music concerts. This award was established and supported by the Girard family and will be presented annually to a graduating senior who demonstrates Joseph's love for music. Joining us on stage today for the inaugural presentation of this award, welcome Dan and Denise Girard. This year's award recipient is Matthew Bona. The Theodore Manazar Memorial Scholarship honors the memory of a longtime South Burlington community member and 30-year school board member from 1981 to 2010. Ted's 4 children and 2 of his grandchildren have graduated from South Burlington schools. This award, established and supported by the Manazar family, will be presented annually to a graduating senior who demonstrates Ted's passion for South Burlington schools and community. Joining us on stage today for the inaugural presentation, please welcome Chris and Ted Manazar. This year's award recipient is Taylor Gloyd. Technology for Tomorrow was the brainstorm of a group of South Burlington High School students back in 2011. The nonprofit organization whose mission it is to create a sense of unity within the community and to connect one another with the power of technology and to make citizens more efficient, productive, and happy in their day-to-day life. With a desire to give back to the school, the Technology for Tomorrow organization is providing an annual scholarship to a graduating senior who embodies the spirit of volunteerism and strives to make his or her community a better place. Joining us on stage for the inaugural presentation is the founder and president of Technology for Tomorrow and a 2013 graduate of South Burlington High School and a rising sophomore at Northeastern University. Please welcome Neil Desai. This year's award recipient is Sabina Ladafovich. John Herbert was the first principal of South Burlington High School. An award has been established in his honor to recognize a student who has overcome obstacles and is graduating. Reaching graduation has not always been an easy road, yet this student has persisted and successfully reached today. As principal, it is an honor to congratulate and recognize a special student who worked hard to reach their goal. The 2014 John J. Herbert Award goes to Jonathan Lushima Shungu. Bruce Ledoux's impact on the schools and city of South Burlington cannot be overstated. He served as principal of the high school for 26 years, a tenure that was preceded by his serving as the science chair and a biology teacher. The recipient of this award is a student who plans to attend college and has worked extremely hard in and out of school to earn this honor. It is an honor to present the annual Ledoux Memorial Award to Dima Al-Nami. South Burlington High School student achievement distinction is measured by levels of achievement. These levels are determined based on the final four-year GPA. Cum laude, students with a 3.5 GPA or higher. These students are wearing maroon stoles today. Magna cum laude is for students with a GPA of 3.8 or higher. These students are wearing silver stoles today. And summa cum laude is for students with a GPA of 4.1 or higher. These students are wearing gold stoles today. The class of 2014 has 8 students who have earned summa cum laude, our highest academic distinction. At this time, I ask the following students to come forward: Sierra Cooper, Sarah Grace Ferry, Sabina Ladafovich, Basundra Mukherjee, Benjamin Price, Maxwell Robbins, Adam Scott Weinheimer, and Chatham Alexandra Wilking. You guys are going to stand in the front. Yeah. As principal of the high school, I congratulate you on behalf of the entire faculty and school community. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2014 Summa Cum Laude graduates. Good job. You guys are good. You ready? Superintendent Young, I present to you the class of 2014. As principal of South Burlington High School, I certify that they have successfully met the academic requirements of the state of Vermont and the South Burlington School District. They are ready for you to confer diplomas. Sidi Abdullah. Kevin Daniel Adams. Ahmet Agul. Dima Al-Nami. Leah Anderson. Cypradeep Andra. Tina Arani. Courtney Marie Ashline. Mirinal Astana. Chelsea Austin. Matthew R. Bakley. Madison Brown. Courtney H. Bannock. Courtney Ann Barrett. Samantha Taylor Barrett. John Barron. Sage Laura Barton. Eric Bathalon. James Eric Bain V. Jacob Scott Bolio. Ronak Bagat. Megan Bidwell. Keegan E. Black. Edward Blake. Abigail Boardman. William L. Bodakovich. Matthew Bona. Samuel Bouchard Quiet. Megan Ann Boucher. Sarah Elizabeth Bouvier. Catherine Ann Bridge. Emma Elizabeth Brighty. Sabrina Louise Brooks. Scotty Brooks. Trevor Bullis. Sandra Jean Burt. Ryan Campbell. Serena M. Canizero. Devin Capon. Christiana Carmichael. Matthew Katazi. William Edward Champagne. Connor Chase. Jack Phillip Church. Megan Siobhan Cleary. Eliana Cohen. Maya Conti Woodman. Ashley Anna Coda. Michaela Anne Marie Coda. Tanner Paul Contois. Catherine Ann Cook. Sierra Cooper. Morella Korich. Elaine Cornett. Sarah Elizabeth Kucher. Christopher M. Cowie. Damian James Curtis. Adam Daniels. Nicholas Dodlin. Olivia DeSalle. Samuel Smith Desatel. Zachary T. Deschard. Michael Richard Dickow. Grady Donahue. Samantha Rachel Donovan. Brandon Scott Douglas. Ella Downey. Kyla Andrews Driver. Jack Dwyer. Miles Roger E. Chavez. Kelly Michelle Erdman. Taylor Ann Farrell. Paul J. Fayette. Sarah Grace Ferry. Shannon Paula Flaherty. Lexus Forcas. Maya Luca Fernari. Jason Hunter Gaines. Catherine Gainan. Isaac S. Gittleson. Taylor Nicole Gloyd. Kristen Nicole Goki. Eric Robert Goodman. Alexandra Rachel Groen. Jackson Hall. Matthew Anson Hall. Dakota W.C. Hamilton. Patrick V. Hanley. Cole A. Hayes. Quentin Heinzer. Daniel C. Helen. Melina Hero. Patrick David Hickey. Brianna Lynn Hinchcliffe. Bryant Reed Hinchcliffe. Malik Anthony Hines. Livia G. Hersh. Fiona Huang. Tara May Hughes. Zoe Hulse. Arma Husrefovich. Matthew D. Jenkins. Benjamin Jukes. Garrett R. Jolly. Caleb S. Jones. Rahan Kabir. Katerina Kesarova. Alexander Kaprielov. Amina Karich. Victoria Keshan. William Keva. Christian Kozak. David Greg Cunin. Travis Flynn Kupiak. Brian Ladd Jr. Brittany Elizabeth LeMay. Justin Demetrius Lambert. Mwaka Sasi Landu Collin. Elise Helene Langevin. Sabina Ladafovich. Oliver Leva. Jacob Levan. Joseph David Loisel. Mareka Henley Lumholt. Kendra Lundy. Jai Law. Patrick Duff McDonald. Hannah F. Martin. Liam Michael Maxwell. Caroline Grace McCarthy. Madeline Grace McCrae. Aiden Rose McGrath. Kimberly McKenzie. Connor McClenathan. Charlotte Mills. Arturo R. M. Montero. Ryan Morrissey. Anya Muikic. Vasundra Mukherjee. Morgan Munn. Philip Linton Nerber. Ashley J. Norris. Kelly Claire O'Brien. Udai Ogawa. Tristan Scott Olson. Benjamin R. Park. Kyla M. Parrott. Zachary Piper. Bobby Pizer. Emily Rose Posner. Benjamin N. Price. Keely Reed. Hunter Kellogg Reilly. Maxwell E. Robbins. Chloe Violet Rogers. Courtney Roy. Sarah Kunita Ruck. Preetpal Saini. Rima Samin. Jessica Ann Sauer. Kylie Shindo. Gunther Blanchett Schuler. Dakota Senna. Charles M. Senzel. Wyatt M. Shepard. Jonathan Lushima Shungu. Gabriel Thomas Simpatico. Maxwell Eric Smith. Michiyuki Soga. Talia Ilana Solomon. Delaney Hayes Spink. Emily Henderson Sprague. Joshua D. Starkey. Brian Thomas Steenland. Courtney Stratton. David Streeter. Brendan Patrick Sullivan. Paige Sweeney. Alyssa Brooke Tenney. Lobsong Tenzin. Moritz Talley. Prakriti Timsina. Brooke N. Tai. Paul Valgoy. Carrie Lynn Vancouvering. Grant H. Walker. Margaret Walsh. Alexandra M. Warshaw. Adam Scott Weinheimer. Rebecca N. Weisberg. Chatham Alexandra Wilking. Joel Scott Williams. Haley Worgan. Asa D. Worthley. Courtney R. Wright. Lauren M. Yandow. Connor Surdek Young. Catherine Young. Ladies and gentlemen, the South Burlington High School class of 2014.
Good morning, everyone, and congratulations to the class of 2014 for almost graduating. Don't worry, we'll get to that part soon. My name is Basundra Mukherjee, and it is my honor to be today's closing speaker. Friends, family, and fellow graduates, for the past 3 years, as the official announcer of SBHS, I've started nearly every day wishing the members of our community a good morning over the loudspeaker. I've asked them to have great days, wonderful afternoons, and fantastic weekends. Today, as I stand here with my final good morning and goodbye, I can't help but feel sentimental about my time with these incredible graduating seniors sitting in front of me right now. But nonetheless, I'll try to summon all of my remaining pep and hopefully leave you with some words of inspiration. Class of 2014, We have grown up in quite the extraordinary era. We live in a time in which we can learn anything about the world in a matter of seconds. We have the power to express our voices to mass audiences on at least 5 different types of platforms. I know, the adults in the audience are probably letting out sighs right now, especially Mr. Maley. And I realize that generations before us often perceive our constant connectivity as an overdose. But the way I see it, the technology we've grown up with empowers us. It gives us a voice. In fact, just think of all the young people who have already left their legacies in the world. People like Malala Yousafzai, who used a blog to speak out about her struggles as a girl seeking education in Pakistan. And then consider all of the young people out there right now, prepared to express their voices, to share their contributions. All of you, for example. Looking at the talent and ambition in this class, I know that won't be difficult. Let's face it, we're one of the best classes SBHS has seen. We have our Pablo Picassos, Coco Chanels, Hillary Clintons, and Usain Bolts. But regardless of who you've been in high school or what you want to do someday, whether developing the next social media, writing poetry, pursuing neuroscience, or serving our nation, I hope that when you walk out of those doors in a few minutes, you'll feel like you have the power to impact the world. I hope that in every choice you make, you strive to benefit someone in some way. But in your journey to help the world, don't forget about your own aspirations. Now, there's no doubt that every Disney movie you've ever watched has drilled the idea of following your dreams into your minds. Yet I still think that as we grow up, we forget this. We become invested in following what seems to be the right track, and in doing so, we lose that child within us, the one who used to aspire to be a Major League Baseball player, a farmer, a veterinarian, or, like me, a lawyer. The one who saw the world with bright eyes and saw themselves as invincible. So today, I urge you to pay tribute to that child within you and live onward with the same vitality. Ask infinite questions, pursue what you love with a relentless passion, and accept adventures with open arms. In another few decades, a time when Facebook and Twitter will be archaic, and Mr. Samara will have just moved on to his first iPhone 3G, I hope that you can look back upon your pasts with wide smiles and 0 regrets. Remember, your lives will never be set in stone. You can always shift your sails. You'll never be too old to dream big. But before you become engulfed by this exciting world ahead, I have one last request of you. Look around you right now. Look at the people here for you today, who have celebrated your accomplishments and held a hand during your failures. Look at those next to you, your classmates, who have influenced you in more ways than you can probably imagine right now. As our lives continue, let's always remember the people and the place that formed our roots. SBHS is truly, in every sense, unique. I mean, where else can you live vicariously through history from a 10-minute lunch conversation with Mr. Marabella and then proceed to teach him how to Twitter on your smartphone? Where else can you forget the Pledge of Allegiance over the loudspeaker and still be wholeheartedly accepted, albeit after several jokes? Trust me, been there, done that. And where else is a principle so loved and so valued that the entire community will do absolutely anything to make him happy? This is what South Burlington High School represents, and we are its fortunate outcomes. Maybe this is our last time as the senior class of SBHS, but we'll always be rebels to the core. So, class of 2014, if you would please stand. This is our moment. Please join me in moving your tassel from left to right. Congratulations, we're officially high school graduates.